Alright everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. I hope you're all well on this Saturday. Tonight's video is going to be the best NRL wooden spooners. Before I get into that video though, I'm at 565 subscribers at the moment, looking to get to 600 by the end of January. The original goal was to get to 500 subscribers by the end of January. I smashed that. I'm now getting close to 600 subscribers, so if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Getting back to this video though, now when I talk about the best NRL wooden spooners, unfortunately every year some club, they have to come last. That's just the reality of sport, and that's just the reality of the NRL. But sometimes when you look at a club that comes last, you go, they weren't so bad, because if you go back to some of the other years where a team finishes last, they were shite, they were not very good. But then you look at some other years where clubs have come last and you've kind of gone, well, they won double the games or sometimes even nearly triple the games that some of the other wooden spooners have won. So tonight I've got a top 5 of the best NRL wooden spooners between 1998 and 2020. Coming in at number 5 is the Parramatta Eels side of 2018. Now, even though they come last, and some people might say, oh, they were shite and what are you talking about? They only conceded 550 points throughout the entire year. If you compare that to some other wooden spoon teams that conceded over 800 plus, their defence was actually better than some of those teams. They finished on 14 competition points that year, which was 2 points behind Manly, who finished in 15th. And they ended up winning 6 games for the year, which is, you could see, double the amount of games that some of the other wooden spoon clubs have won, like Brisbane in 2020. Coming in at number 4 is the Penrith Panthers side of 2001. They conceded 847 points throughout the year, but they finished on 14 competition points overall. And they only finished as the wooden spooners on for and against, because North Queensland, who finished a position higher, they conceded 69 less points than Penrith did in 2001. And to put that into perspective, in the opening round of the year, Penrith lost 40 points to 4 against Parramatta, and then in the final round of the year, they lost 60 points to 18 against Newcastle. So those 2 games pretty much put them over the edge and gave them the wooden spoon. But they won 7 games that year, so once again they won double the amount of games that Brisbane won plus another game, and they won actually more games than some of the other clubs that have finished with the wooden spoon as well. Coming in at number 3 is the North Queensland side of 2000. The North Queensland side of 2000, they finished bottom with 12 competition points. They had 7 wins for the year, and they conceded 612 points throughout the season, which is about, on average, 200 points less than what you generally get from a wooden spoon side. At number 2, Penrith of 2007. So the Penrith Panthers of 2007 finished the year with 8 wins for the competition that year, which left them on 18 competition points, which is actually quite a lot of points for a wooden spoon side. To put that in perspective, some of the other clubs in the 2000s that are wooden spooners have finished with 4 or 5 wins for the year, so they nearly won double the amount of games that those clubs won. And they weren't too far behind the rest. I think they were about 4 competition points behind some of the other teams, so they weren't exactly the waste wooden spooners that you could think of in recent memory. And coming in at number 1, the best ever wooden spoon team of the NRL ever is the Newcastle Knights side of 2015. They finished the competition that year with 8 wins. They finished on 20 competition points. They conceded 612 points. But I remember in the last regular season match of the year, they were tied for the same amount of points as Penrith were. And it went to a spoon bowl game where whoever lost that match would finish with the wooden spoon. And on that occasion, Penrith defeated Newcastle. Newcastle were given the wooden spoon. But I think having won 8 games for the year, that, as I said with some of the other teams, that's pretty much double the amount of games that the regular team that finishes with the wooden spoon gets. Because if you look through the history of the NRL from 1998 to present day, most of the teams that finish with the wooden spoon win about 3 or 4 matches. Sometimes they win 5, but Newcastle that year won 8. So they're the team that I consider the best NRL wooden spooners. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you've got any suggestions, or if you've got any teams that I may have missed, maybe there's been a better NRL wooden spoon team, you let me know in the comment section below. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I'm at 565 subs. And this is Rugby League History. I'm getting out of here now, so I'll catch us all later in the next video. Alright, tatty bye now.